Hello everyone. I hope that everyone here who's watching us or who's going to be watching us later have a fantastic Sunday. I'm here live from Nova Scotia, Canada, and I have a very special guest that I've been waiting for a very long time to have him here with us, and I want to introduce you to him. He is an author, he is a very professional business owner. He's a trader, he's a marketer, he's a social media marketer, and he has been doing business for years and years, very experienced, and he's one of our very best coaches in our business here, the business that I do here as a social media marketer. So I'm not gonna keep him waiting. So I want to introduce you to the best coach ever, Raza.
Oh my gosh. Hope your coach does not hear that.
No, I think that she's going to be here actually
Oh
soon.
no. I did not pay her to say that at all.
No, no, you didn't. But I've been actually following you for a very long time, and I love to have you here, Reza. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation to be here with us today.
It's my pleasure.
So,
It's really a great privilege. I know you and I we've been connected for a while, so I'm
yes,
glad we could make this opportunity now.
absolutely. Yes, I totally agree. So, Reza, I wanted to give you the stage. You know it all. So what I'll do, I just going to introduce myself a little bit to anyone who might watch this video later from your page as well. My name is Masa. I am, as I said, I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. I've been living here for 17 years, and I have a son with my husband. We have been living like the whole life, working very hard, like any other people here in this planet. And by profession, like the job that I do, the work that I have as an employee, I'm in insurance underwriter. I've been doing insurance for 10 years. And also my husband works at a bank as well. And it's been almost 9-10 months that I've started this business, and I am loving it. I'm learning a lot out of it. And we are here today to mostly hear about one of the most experienced coach here with us, Raza. So Raza, I give you the stage, if you don't mind, to introduce yourself more like
Sure.
in details with to our audience here,
Yeah.
and let us know that how long you've been doing like business, like any business in general,
Yeah.
and how long have you been doing business in this platform that we are part of.
Sure.
Thank
Um, my so I come from a corporate background. I used to work in a payroll and HR industry. At this company, I did about 13 years over there, and I was in training and development specialist over there in the HR, responsible for internal staff training and sales teams and service teams and all of that stuff. And I think it was around like 13 years or so. I felt like after spending 13 years in the corporate world, I felt like I knew everything. So, so I decided to become an entrepreneur, and it was possibly one of the toughest things that I've ever done. I hit my head on the wall, fell flat on my face, you name it. And for the life of me, I mean, as we were taught, we had to go out there, work hard, and figure things out, and all of that stuff. I mean, that's what people are supposed to do. Well, then I met a man who eventually became my mentor, and he said to me, he said, "Raza, you're working way too hard to figure things out." I'm like, "Well, what else is there to do?" He says, "Raza, there's people out there, there's somebody out there who's accomplished what you wish to accomplish." I'm like, "Yes."
Wow.
He's like, "Your job is not to figure things out. Things have already been figured out. Your job is to find people who've already done what you want to do and then follow them.
Mhm.
And if they're willing to share their blueprint, to just follow that blueprint, put blinders on, and just go." And quite frankly, that was possibly the best advice that I've ever had in my life, because over the past 10 years, any industry or anything that I have stepped into, it's just been that. It's just I spend my time finding mentors and finding blueprints and somebody who can teach it to me, and then I just put blinders on and I just follow the blueprint. And that's really been my story. And today here, I live here in Toronto, in Canada, and I'm married. I've been married for 18 years, and we have a 13-year-old daughter and a rabbit. So that's our family here.
Do you really have a rabbit?
Yeah, yeah, he's
Oh,
a
awesome.
pet rabbit. It's really interesting. You know, we didn't get a cat, we didn't get a dog. We went through a couple of hamsters,
Yeah.
and then we got a rabbit. So it's
Oh,
amazing. You know, I never thought that we would be so attached to him, but he's just part of our family. He's just, you know, he like roams around. If my office is open, he just kind of hops in. So,
oh, that's so sweet.
yeah,
Awesome. Okay, so Reza, we're gonna go jump into our question that I want to kind of
yeah, let's
you
do it.
perfect expand on it. So we know that like online world and social media have been part of everyone's life for so many years, but since pandemic happened, this kind of expanded a lot more and it's going very fast. Like when you go to social media, you can spend like 10 hours and you still have a lot of things to kind of explore, go and up and down and find. A lot of people, they buy a stuff and all those kind of good stuff, and it does have some kind of disadvantage as well to a lot of people. But what do you think, like why social media and why kind of doing business online has become a very big kind of source for people to reach out, to learn, and to earn as well at the same time? So why do you think, and where do you think that this social media is going to go? Like not just social media in general, like this online world is going to go.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: it's not it's not. I was going to say it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay, you know, and it's
Yeah.
going to probably become more and more dominant. You see, part of us being humans, I think we're just social creatures. Period. You know, without socialization, without communities, we don't thrive, and that's just how we are made up.
Yes.
And even if you go like, you know, prior to the social media world a little bit, you'll notice that we always were living in networks and communities, right? Like it was just not so much online, it was offline.
Yes.
If we wanted a job, we would, yes, there's a traditional way of applying for a job. For example, you see a post and you apply on your resume. Well, anybody who is savvy enough I'm not even talking about social media time right now. I'm talking about a little bit before. Even when I was looking for a job back in 1998, you know, when I was applying for a job, I would be competing with thousands of other people. And the best way to get the job, even at that time, and it was written, there were so many articles about it, is by connecting within your network of
Mhm.
people that you know, let them know that this is the kind of job that you're looking for. And if you knew somebody in the company, you had an advantage over thousands of those applications that would be going in, right? If
Yep.
we understand that model, then that model has just evolved now. Now we have things like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and all of these other platforms that allow us to build communities, not just in our local cities and our local towns, but worldwide. You know, I get to do right here in Toronto on this laptop, I get to do business with somebody in Australia, right? And that's the power of social media. Now, how does social media, you know, anything that you want, you can find through social media. You know, I'll kind of sidetrack a little bit, but recently, I think it was about a month ago, I had posted online that my daughter, who's 13 years old, she went from zero to like 4,000 subscribers in under 12 months. And
Wow.
everybody was asking me, is like, how did she do it? How did she do it? I'm like, I actually don't know how she do it. But let me just call her on an interview. And you know, I did a live interview on my page and talked about it. And I interviewed her. How did she do it? How does she think about content? All of that stuff. And it blew my mind, the things that she talked about looking at insights and YouTube analytics and all of those things. I'm like, hang on a second. I didn't teach you that. Her school didn't teach her that. Where did she learn it? She learned it online, right?
Right.
And when that is the reality of the social network or online world, then for us who come from us as parents or come from an older world, then if we're not really taking leaps and bounds into social media and understanding where this trend is going, instead, like if we're just sitting back and just saying, oh, this social media is this and social media is that and all that stuff, the reality is that we essentially are losing out on opportunity. Not even an opportunity. I was speaking to my nephew just about a couple of months ago, and he's looking for a job. I'm like, let me look at your social media. And I saw his LinkedIn. I'm like, dude, this is pathetic. I said, what is this? I said, your online world is your resume. I said, nobody really cares about this stuff anymore. I said, I need you to become content producer, produce content so that people know what your value is all about. And I'm telling you, for those of you who are on LinkedIn, I mean, that's where the trend is going. The traditional resumes are just going to be outdated. And it's going to be your how effectively you are connecting through videos and through content and being a contributor. And here's what I'll wrap up this point as. If you're looking to go from zero, like you just have a traditional job and you're looking to go into the online world and you want to start learning, one of the first things that I would ask you to do is become addicted to your phone, right? You may be like, what? Because
Yeah, I
people
know.
talk about not being addicted. No, I want you to become addicted to the phone, not as a consumer.
Mhm.
That's what majority of the people are doing, right? You
True.
be part of the few percentage of people like Masa here and myself and many others who are content producers,
Mhm.
right? Who create content out there and let people know and educate people. And that can simply start building your brand as well over time.
That's true.
That's
Perfect.
my short, long answer to
Yes,
this.
no, that was no, that was awesome. Thank you very much. Especially the thing that you pointed, like as a consumer, we are like on our phone all the time, watching other people, how they are being successful, how they are kind of selling the stuff, how they're selling like their brand and everything. But a lot of us, like for me as well, never thought that I can use this kind of platforms and like all kind of platforms in the online world
Yeah,
it into my own advantage, like for like to work for me, not the other way.
that's
So
right.
that's exactly what you said. I totally agree. And other question that I'm going to ask, like related to this as well, we have a lot of people, like including myself, like 10 months ago, with that mindset that I started. I'm coming from the generation that we always thought that the work ethic is just when you start going, like kind of going to university, getting a degree, and working on a corporate job and kind of getting promoted, and like these are the actual work. Like online is not something that professional does and things like that. That's like our generation thought. And I have like a lot of people, they kind of reach out and they say like, what kind of business, like is it something that you can kind of earn out of it? And I say yes, there are,
Mhm.
as you said, like your daughter, she's very young, like they are very young generations, they are out there and they are making like tons out of this because
Yeah,
they learn the skill. So this is like a skill to learn. This is exactly like a lot of people, they go to colleges and they take a lot of courses, they spend a lot to learn this skills.
yeah.
But there are like a lot of contents out there that you can go and kind of learn as well, like, but in a professional way there are skills that you have
Yeah,
to technically learn it. So
absolutely.
with that, keeping that in mind, what's your kind of advice, I would say, to anyone who's kind of interested but they are kind of sitting on the edge,
Yeah,
and they are scared of social media because a lot of negativity is out there about social media, like you get hacked, you get spammed and things like that, like that we know it is true, it's out there. But what is your best advice to those people and how they can kind of come out of that kind of being scared and their fears, and kind of train their mindset
Yeah.
and start kind of leveraging this amazing world of online.
I think it's really starts with education, right? Like education is the gateway to openness.
Mhm.
And I think you can take the time to educate yourself. And Masa and I, when we're looking to work with people, one of the first things that we do is we invite them to a webinar, right? Like we don't even need to have a conversation. A lot of people sometimes when they meet somebody online, they're a little hesitant in giving out their phone numbers and all of that stuff to get on the phone and chat, and that's completely okay.
Okay.
This is why we've created like a web presentation where people can get educated on it, and I think that's where the beginning is. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to go and say that that's not the beginning. That's number two. The first thing is the openness to learn. You have to be open to learn. You have to be willing to say that, you know what, there must be something to it. I just don't know that yet.
Mhm.
I haven't been educated on this. I haven't looked at this long enough. I'm willing to explore. So that's the mindset piece that comes into play. You can't come in saying that, oh, this doesn't really work, but I'll check it out. That doesn't go, you know.
Yeah.
So the first thing is openness. The second thing is get educated. And again, I will reiterate the advice that I was given, and that was, find people or find an individual who's already had some who's already done what you want to do, and you resonate with them.
Yes.
And because there are a lot of people out there, I mean, there are people who would resonate with you, Masa, that won't resonate with me, right? Like, so that's completely okay. The world is a big place, right?
Yeah.
And so you want to find people who you resonate with, and once you do, and they have a blueprint that they're willing to share, then all you got to do is just go with that mindset that I don't know everything and I'm willing to learn. And you go in, you follow that blueprint to the T, and that's all your focus is. Working hard, trying to figure things out, the ROI on that is really, really low.
That's
But
right.
when you're working hard, implementing an already proven blueprint, the ROI is really high on that. And that's the difference between the two. So I would say have an open mind, have the willingness to learn, and then number two is education. And the best way for you to really, if you're really looking to start a business online, then it would be definitely to start with that presentation.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Reza. So I have one last question to ask you, even like I have tons of question actually to ask you, but it is going to be outside of this live kind of patience. Probably a lot of people, it's kind of a weekend, and a lot of people
Yeah.
I know that they have a lot of things to do with their family as well, you as well. So I want to just ask one last question that like, with talking about social media, talking about like how we can leverage this amazing world, what would you say that in our business, like in our platform that we're connected to and we're kind of taking advantage of,
Mhm.
what would you say like the two biggest feature that it has that a lot of people, they don't need to start from scratch, as you said, like you need to have someone who has already done it. You don't need to kind of start from scratch always to just kind of figure it out, like find someone who has already figured it out. So in that kind of terms, what do you
Yeah.
think that this business provides to people that they can take advantage and they can start their own business even if they didn't have any skills in social media before?
Okay. Let me talk about three things that
Sure.
that definitely people get. One of the biggest things is when people are worried about, you know, um, uh, I'm going to go and do business or anything like that. I don't want to. People don't consider themselves as salespeople, right? Like I don't want to sell anything, right? I beg to differ. I think we're all salespeople at heart. Like, my daughter is a salesperson. I mean, either she's going to buy what I have to sell, which is go to bed at 9:30, or she's going to sell me the other argument, right? Like, so we're always in that mode. But anyways, that aside, So a lot of people don't necessarily want to sell products and services and offers and all of that stuff. So the beautiful thing about the system is that you don't have to do the selling. The system is designed that way that it does the selling for you, right? So that's number one. And by the way, if somebody tells you that there's a business out there and there's nothing to sell, run away.
Yeah.
Run away, because
Yes.
business is always built on products and services moving to customers, right? So that's
Yes.
essentially what the business is. So again, you don't have to do, the system is designed that way. Number two, a lot of people who are going into the online world, they feel like they're not tech savvy. They don't know how to design websites and how to do an online presentation or webinar or write emails or design Facebook groups, all of that stuff. People don't have to worry about it. We do the work for them. Our entire tech team does the work for them, right? Like, so that part is taken out as well. Number three is, of course, you're going to learn to leverage social media. You're going to learn social media marketing, and you're going to learn online advertising. Now, instead of you going out there and trying to find courses and spending money on it, for anybody who does business with us, we give you top of the line education on how to be successful in this model, right? Like, it's very tailored towards this model. And we teach it to you in the form of short videos, and all you do is just watch the video and apply it, watch the video and apply it. And those are some of the big points that I feel like we bring to the table that a lot of other businesses don't. Most people who start a home business, like, outside of our system, is they're going to start by selling some products or services, and they are going to basically, contact their friends and their family and their neighbors and their people and all that, because those are the people that they know.
Yes.
But what we do is we give you access to education on social media and online advertising. So guess what? Your audience is the world. And you're not looking to do business with millions of people. How about we show you how to do business with 30 people?
Yep.
Right? And how
Exactly.
to be able to do that, how to be able to duplicate that, right? And go on from there.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much for your answers as well, Raza. So thank you very, very much again for accepting my
Oh, you're welcome.
invitation, taking a time on this weekend
Mhm.
that I know that you usually, like everyone, spend with their family.
Yeah,
And I'm so, so appreciated that you came here and you kind of share your knowledge and experience with us today. And I want to tell anyone who is watching us or who's going to watch us later to I always say that nothing changes if nothing changes. If we sit there and we just wish for and hope for things, it's not going to go like to our life. We have to educate ourselves, we have to learn new skills, we have to come out of the comfort zone. If we really have a big reason, like if we really have a big why, and we want to have a better, brighter future for ourselves, for our family, this is a platform that I've been learning a lot. First of all, to grow that mindset, to have a personal growth. And I'm so, so grateful for it. And the second thing that for me, Raza, has been like yourself, like you took the time, you came today to educate people, to kind of talk to us, experience, like share your experience. So this is like helping others. This is another piece in this business that I love about, other than like the ones that you mentioned. Those are the technical parts that we definitely need that system that we can duplicate. But the big thing is that we are here to help. We're here to help people. You are a coach. I'm a mentor. I'm going to be a coach hopefully very soon. And then
you are.
we are here to help people to come out of that mindset and to come out of that kind of a comfort zone and grow. First, grow personally, and then grow their life, grow their kind of like mindset and their whole kind of life and future. So you can always connect with me or Raza, and we would love to hear from you, and we would love to share more about like what we're doing and help you to start your own life that you really deserve as well. So I want to say thank you, Raza, and
You're
hope
welcome.
that everyone has a great Sunday, and you as well. And bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.